Who doesn't take anybody's, you know what?
Most serious. I would say probably Justice. Justice kind of serious. He's also kind of funny, but it's just kind of like more laid back. So
Old man of the team.
yes.
You know, what are your goals this off season? You know, just as you build up to ramping up the season.
Definitely. I think the biggest thing for me is just developing even more. I think also being the best teammate I possibly can be, whether that's, you know, being on the bench and cheering for my teammates, or just getting in practice and hitting shots or doing something like that.
I had a chance to talk with Kalen, and he talked about his first year. I mean, do you lean on Kalen a lot just to kind of, you know, do you see kind of a roadmap there?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, especially him being my dorm mate. You know, we have a lot of conversations, a lot of talk. So, you know, he's been a huge help for me, and, you know, not just my development, but mentally too.
What's the biggest thing that he told you, you know, the path to success for you? What was, I mean, if there's been like one lesson or one thing that's really stuck in your mind?
I think definitely that he said there's going to be days that you're going to fail. I think those are the biggest things, because he's told me to succeed, you got to fail first. He's like, whether that's in the weight room, on the court, you make a mistake, you got to learn from your mistakes. And he was like, it takes time. I mean, it's a whole other ball game from high school to college. So he said, enjoy those mistakes and work through them. And he's like, until that point, then you won't have any more. So.
What's it like maybe transitioning from that mindset of, you know, you're dominating at the high school level and just, you know, things tend to go right more often than not, to then get here and then it's kind of the opposite, where things don't necessarily always go your, you know,
definitely.
your way.
I think it will be a huge adjustment. I think it's going to be mentally the biggest part where you got to work on, especially for, I think, any player. But I think also staying confident. I mean, because at the end of the day, guys, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to miss shots, you're going to have a bad defensive game. Like it's going to happen, it's bound to happen. So I think definitely having that confidence and mental stability is huge. So.
It seems like you're kind of the forgotten guy in this recruiting class. You know, what is that feeling like? You know.
I mean, it's not. I mean, I honestly didn't feel like I was kind of like the forgotten guy, but I think kind of like seeing all the guys and everybody has been great. But you know, I think for me, just, you know, it's kind of been cool, kind of figuring out my spot a little bit, kind of figuring things out. So
maybe it's not the forgotten guy; it's just the in-state guy compared to, you know, the higher ranked, you know, out-of-state kids and stuff. But
good cover.
Yeah. You know, kind of backing off what he said, you know, the goals that you have for this year, maybe not beyond, maybe not just this year, but maybe beyond this year, what kind of goals do you have for yourself?
I think definitely, like I said before, developing defensively. You know, I think I've been able to shoot the ball pretty well, and I think that's why they're recruiting me the heaviest. It's offensive ability, but I think being able to develop that defensive game is huge. And in long term, I think that's going to be a huge part of my game, whether, you know, like I said, pros, whatever that carries in. I think it's a great place to develop that.
The defense has kind of been the issue here the last couple of years. Is that something that you know, obviously take a lot of pride in?
Definitely, yeah, because I think the biggest thing is I mean, you want to win games. I mean, it's college. I mean, like I said, it's a lot more trophies, a lot more special things you can do, especially with these guys. So being able to be relied on is huge for me, and I think being able to know that I can defensively guard on a high level is huge, and know that my teammates can trust me for that is huge.